Good afternoon, folks, and happy Thursday. Today is going to be episode 2 of exploring at the ranch. I think October must be drunk because it's about 93 degrees out here in the middle of October. But I had a few hours. I thought I would break away and come on down here and see if we could get some exploring done. I showed you this on the last episode. I think I found this game trail that I'm gonna try to work this machine down the game trail and see if I can open up a trail that leads deeper back into the woods there. So I've got a couple hours. We're gonna get after it. Exploring at the ranch, episode 2. Here we go. Alright, well, we haven't made it super far yet, but this has by far been a lot easier to get into here so far. There's not a whole bunch of ruts. I just I don't know if that's it or not. Oh, here it is. I just hit this big cluster of trees. The old machine didn't really like that too much. But so kind of got to a point where I'm gonna have to probably get in here with my Sawzall, see if I can drag some of this bigger stuff out of here. But this kind of opens up a little bit right here, and I think that trail winds back that way. I think I'm not really seeing it through there. That all looks like some really thick stuff you'd see in the swamp or something, but that looks like the path of least resistance for sure. So I think that may be where the deer are going through. So I'm gonna try to get this pulled out of here, get a couple of these limbs cleared out, and get back here. I don't know what to do with that thing. That's, you know, and there's another big one that I would almost have to chainsaw that out of there. It kind of looks like a game trail's going through there, a real small one. I can't tell if that would be the easier way to go or not. Maybe we'll try both. That one looks pretty easy until you start getting around the corner there. Kind of goes around the corner and then it gets into these crazy looking trees here. All right, well, we'll figure it out. Here we go. Maybe it's just because it's that time of season or that time of year, but like, this place is a little bit spooky, folks. It's like glaringly obvious how much darker it is in there than just outside of it. And all these little trees. There's some weird little trees right here for sure. All right, so kind of got this cleared up a little bit better. Should be able to push on through there, and at some point I'll just kind of zoom on the sides here of this trail, start slowly opening it up. I really haven't decided which way to go. There's a little bit of a path right there that seems to go outside to that trail that was originally here when I first bought the property. It looks a little bit more opened up out there, so I may go that way. This way is, turn that down in a bit, I'm probably gonna get stuck in here. This one gets to where it kind of runs into a little bit of a dead end here. I think I could pop through there. So not that far is that trail that we come in for to get the game cam over there. So I feel like I need to be going that way, which makes me think, for a couple of reasons, that I may go this way. I may even pop right through there, because that's a little bit more opened up out there, and that should be running down my south border property line, and if nothing else, I can make sure I'm spotting my flags and knowing exactly where my south border is. So I think we're gonna go this way. That's the plan. Here we go. All right, well, we poked through there. This is kind of what I was worried about. I'm gonna have to trim some of this off. Kind of now getting back to this road. It's a little bit bumpy. I have to see if I can get my eyes on, see, here's what I think, folks. I think this is the end of my property line. I think that's what they told me. They said the south side would have the yellow markings, the north side would have the pink, the back will have the pink. So I'm not 100% sure. I don't think this is my property over here. Here's some more thorns. Hey, heads up. Let's come over here and see if I... That's a heavy game trail right there, folks. I'm almost positive. That's pretty thick. They're moving through there. I just don't know if this is my property, to be honest. I thought they said the yellow, so that would put me back over here. So with that being said, it may not have to go straight down through there. It's kind of it's kind of a ditch. The whole thing is. Looks like there's a bunch of big trees laid in there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. It's kind of why I didn't start up there, because I knew this was a little bit of a rough little trail that probably was the very first trail they put in over here. Ooh. I still have to come in here and get some of this stuff cut out, but I don't know if it makes sense to go that way. Just I don't know. It's kind of a double-edged sword, I guess is what they say. This would be a lot of work. The thing about this area is I could open it up pretty easily just by clipping off the branches, kind of like I did right there. Clipping a lot of the branches and open it up wide enough that I could push the mower through, or the mower through there. Then I just have to come back and cut out any of the trees I didn't want in there. It's not a horrible path. It's really opened up. And again, I think this is one of the trails that the deer use. It does kind of come to a dead end right over there. So I don't know. It's taken about an hour to get to this point right here. So I really only got about an hour left to think on it. So anyway, here we are. Should we go left? Should we go right? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get everything back to the camp here. That's gonna take me about 10-15 minutes, and then I'm gonna probably work over here by the burn pit for a minute and just get a little bit more of that cleared out. But this is what we dragged out today. This little trail, it started off really good. I mean, it's even an area where I could come in here and knock all that back and it'd be dang near wide enough to get my truck down here. But then we kind of get back here to these spooky looking trees that this is the first I've seen them on the property, so it's it's kind of a weird little area. But you know, I poked through here. Again, this is the edge of my property, so I could really only go straight that way, and there's a bunch of big trees laying over in the road. It's basically a ditch, and this thing doesn't really like the ditch. I mean, it'd kind of be a matter of, do I want to come back here with my chainsaw and basically cut a whole bunch of pretty decent sized trees down, or my other choice is to kind of figure out how to weave my way in through these creepy little trees here, where again, I mean, you can see it's open up in a lot of areas. It'd just be a matter of kind of getting a wide enough path that I could get in there comfortably, and then I'd have to come and cut these trees down. These trees are weird. They almost look like the trees that grow in the clusters, and this is what they eventually will end up looking like. These look like they're like 2,000-year-old trees out here. But anyway, so that path is also just a little bit hairy back there. So we're gonna probably brainstorm a little bit and see if there's a path number 3 that we might be able to take. For now, I'm gonna walk back over to the camp, get this machine over there, and clean up a little bit more by the burn pit. Here we go. to do my best to get in on this guy. He's really hard to see. They look like little horseshoe crabs. They're spiders. And if you saw him, I'll slow the video down, but like at one point in time I could see him and I thought he was dangling off my hat, but he was dangling off his web there. But I just about backed into him 2 or 3 times. Okay, we got this cleaned up a little bit. I'm gonna knock out a little bit more. Try to get from here down to my pink ribbon down there and get this little square cleared out. Here we go. Alright, so this is starting to clean up pretty nicely over here. I'll probably keep working it along this line all the way to the trail, to the road coming in. All this stuff, pretty much the rest of it, I may go down a little bit further, but I'm wanting a good majority of that stuff to grow in to kind of block out the road. I'll just have to get in there and get it cleaned up and let the big trees grow. And anyway, so this area is pretty well cleaned up. We got a few things done today. I guess we did make it pretty far on that little game trail over there. It's just gonna have to come down to which of the 3 little directions might be the least amount of trouble to get into. But I think maybe the next time I come down, I was over here walking around a minute ago, and I feel like there might be somewhere in this little area over here that we might be able to get into and maybe go around that little cluster of spooky old trees back there, because those are kind of not that far off of this path right here. Anyways, I think maybe the next time I come down for exploring at the ranch, we may try to go this way and almost see if we can get in there a little ways and push our way up, or I might come down here closer to the elevated platform here and kind of go into this area where I was looking at the other day. The problem is I still feel like it's really got a lot of ruts in there. I definitely have to cut this stuff out to get up in there, but I think once I get up over this hill, I see a couple ruts right there. That's what has me worried, but most all of that looks pretty easy to get in and clean up. So that could be where we try on episode 3 of exploring down here at the ranch. As for episode 2, I am going to go ahead and wrap things up, get on down the road. I've got a busy weekend. We've got our shoot off this Saturday. All right, sorry about that. The battery died, but as I was saying, got our company shoot off this weekend coming up, so that's going to be Saturday. So I may get down here Sunday. I kind of doubt it. If I did, it'd be later in the afternoon, but I'm probably gonna take that day off. Next time I come down though, I'll probably do day 48 down here working at the ranch. We're gonna keep working on this little area over here. I'm trying to get this all cleared out. I want to get this cleared out here, And I want to keep working this line over here that we were just talking about, because after that's done, I can start going over on this other side and start getting it cleaned up. At some point in time, I'm going to get back there and do a little bit more work at the elevated platform, but it's probably just going to be a little bit of cutting some branches down. I kind of want to keep it shaggy back there, mostly because my property line is right there, right off of that trail that leads up to the deer feeder. So anyway, we'll get something figured out, but probably be down here at least sometime next week, get a couple more hours in. We may do some more exploring. I may do some more work. I appreciate y'all tuning in, appreciate my new subscribers, and we'll catch you next time. Have a great weekend.